This is Get Real and Heal for Type A women executives and entrepreneurs, where we discuss all things emotional healing and the relationships with yourself, your man, and your money. I'm your host, Jamila McMallow, wife, mother, certified cognitive behavioral therapy practitioner, mindset and relationship expert with over 20 years coaching and mentoring experience. I know that when you're the one that everyone else leans on, the leader and the trailblazer, it can be difficult to let your guard down, be vulnerable, and tend to your own emotions. So I hope today's discussion will allow you a moment to experience a life-changing realization, perhaps even a transformation. So let's begin and get real and heal. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the beauty of being a type A woman. You know, we have a bad rap out there in those streets, right? But no, honey, let me tell you something. See, some people believe that type A women are all about hustle and grind. That's just totally false. The truth is, type A women like us, we create results, okay? Minus the excuses, minus the whining, minus the complaining. We just get it done. We get stuff done. Now, certainly, if we're in a toxic environment, like if we're at work and we have a bad boss, or if we're in a relationship with a user, that of course can cause us to become too focused, on the wrong things or the wrong people, and thus suffer or be taken advantage of. But the truth is, if you're a type A woman, the speed with which you get things done, okay, your high standards of excellence and your relentless and resilient spirit, those things are gifts, my friend. They are gifts. You have the ability, right, to set an intention, see the vision, and make it happen almost instantly. The instantly is what everybody else can't do. You are absolutely special and unique in that way. So the only challenge ever keeping you from what you want is having a clear vision. If you can't see it, you can't have it, right? And so that's part of the amazing work that I do, is I get to work with type A women and help them to release the things that are causing, that mental cloudiness from the childhood trauma, from the messaging and conditioning that they received that told them what girls were allowed to do and be, what their culture or environment or whatever told them they were allowed to have or whatever. And essentially all of that causing you to feel limited in some way. Okay, like you just can't have it. Can't see it and you can't have it. And like I said, that's the thing about type A women. If you can see it, you will have it. That's just how you work. And yes, it works like that for everybody, but because of the way we are built, it happens faster. Okay. And so when we're dealing with all of those limitations, as it were, it can cause us to feel like a desire or a dream is not allowed and not possible. And so it's very important that as a type A woman that you do the work to get rid of these things that are causing the cloudiness so that you can see your vision. Kind of like my client who healed her, her daddy issues and her mommy issues. She grew up with two alcoholic parents. And as a result of doing that healing work with me, she ended up attracting an amazing relationship with a good man, despite having a history of only being in relationships with toxic and abusive men. See, she cleared up that cloudiness. She got clear on what she wanted. And now she's navigating a new relationship, a new type of relationship, a healthy relationship with a man who treats her well. Okay. Or like I have another client who always kind of questioned her ability as a real estate agent. And what she really had to focus on was healing her relationship with money. And through that, she was able to commit to a client creation process that has yielded multiple buyers at one time for her. See, she just couldn't see beyond her limits when it came to her story around money, when it came to the conditioning and the messaging that she saw her mother display, in her mother's example, in her mother's relationship with money. Okay. So healing that allowed her to break through to her next level financially. Or I have another client, and she's actually a licensed therapist. And through our work together, she was able to heal her trauma from her toxic, abusive mother who honestly just made her feel like she was never good enough. She healed that, has stepped into her leadership as a business owner and a coach because she's really tired, of being shackled to the limitations of her profession as a therapist. What she's finding is that her coaching, the coaching that she's doing with her clients, is actually what's getting them results. And so by doing that healing work, she has the confidence to, again, step into that leadership and step into that confidence and create a shift in her business to now focusing on the coaching. And so I say all that to say that, again, clearing out that trauma, clearing out the mental cloudiness, the things that are keeping us feeling like we're only allowed to be, do, and have certain things. But because you are a type A woman, I want you to understand that you don't have any limits. You only have the limits you allow to be placed upon you, the limits you believe are upon you, okay? Now, I do believe absolutely that we are bound by moral laws and principles, absolutely, okay? And legal laws too. But when I say unlimited or without limits, I mean the limits of being shackled to a way of thinking and believing about ourselves that we did not come to on our own. It just came from our background, from our upbringing, our culture, our environment, etc. And so what I'm saying to you is if you are a type A woman and you clear that stuff up, you're going to be able to make stuff happen in your life with so much acceleration that it's going to knock your socks off. You're going to be like, whoa, I did that. Yes, you did. You always had the power. You always had the ability. And see, this is why I am a type A woman who is for other type A women, right? So the reality is if you are ready to step into your leadership, if you're ready, to get clear in your vision and start creating a bigger, more consistent results in your life and relationships, then we definitely should have a conversation. Absolutely, we should have a conversation. Because like I said, I love to help type A women to get out of their own way so they can just push their foot on the gas a little harder and get to where it is that they want to be and what it is that they want to have. Because the fact of the matter is we are not hustle and grind. We are just built differently and we move at a rapid pace. And when we get focused on something, we are absolutely going to achieve it. And again, I just want you to understand that is a gift, ladies. That is a gift. And when you learn how to harness the power of your gift, and when you learn how to clear away the mental cloudiness, the conditioning, the messaging, and the trauma, you, my friend, will become absolutely unstoppable. Thank you for listening to today's episode. Be sure to visit CoachJamila.com, where you'll find the links to connect with me on social media and more information on my private bespoke coaching for Type A high-performing women, executives, and entrepreneurs.